Greetings, and welcome to part 2 of my Emily Dickinson poetry. So remember, my last video was part 1. I was featuring Emily Dickinson. No, nothing changed because she passed away. But Emily Dickinson, she passed away at age 55, 56, thereabout. Not much things are known about her because she lived her life in recluse, isolated most of her years, and she wrote lots of poems, about 1800. So I've got her poetry book here. It was presented to me by one of my friends. So on part 1, I feature her. There's not much known things about her because she wasn't like had lots of friends and do lots of outing, and so she never married and she didn't have any children. But she was a writer, and I think she does some good poetry. I've got nothing bad to say about her poetry. They're probably not my style of poetry, but they're nice. I like the words, and some of them I can probably relate to. They are not titled like my poems. I've titled my poems, so it's in the 3 phrases or phases of poetry, which is dramatic, lyrical, and narrative. I feature all 3 in my poetry book or in my poetry, but in Emily's there's no title, so she just probably write them randomly or however, but they're not titled. So here we go. I haven't pre-read the ones are pre-read. I don't know how that's the problem I've got with English, because you don't know if it's to say pre-read or pre-read it. I did not, but I'm just gonna choose two more or 3. If they're small, I'm gonna choose 3 from her books and read it to you today. Okay, so stay tuned and I'll read Emily Dickinson, a couple of her poems. That's her. So I'm featuring her here today in part 2. See you in a moment. Hi again, guys, and welcome back. So I've chosen 4 of Emily Dickinson's poems that I'll feature in my video now, and they're only small. They're like paragraphs, so I'm gonna do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how small they are, so I'm gonna feature all 3 so you can have an idea. I learned something new. So the first one says here, bind me, I still can sing. Banish my mandolin. Strike true within. Slay and my soul shall rise, chanting to paradise, still thine. Because I get messed up in that first one, I'm going to reread it, and so you can really follow. Okay. We do make mistakes sometimes. So it says, bind me, I still can sing. Banish my mandolin. Strikes true within. Slay and my soul shall rise. Chanting to paradise, still thine. That's the first one. I love it. The second one is, the first we knew of him was death. The second was renown. except the first had justified, the second had not been. So that's number 2. The third one is, falsehood of thee could I suppose, 'twould undermine the seal, to which my faith pinned block by block, her cedar citadel. That's the third one. Simple. And sounds good to me, I like. How still the bells in steeples stand, till swollen with the sky, they leap upon their silver feet in frantic melody. I love it. I love it, guys. So I've just read 4 of Emily Dickinson small verses, poems, poetry, and I like them. But I am not going to pass this one by. So I'm going to read this last one. It seems really nice from the offset. So I'm going to just read this one and then I'll let you go. But I do like Emily Dickinson, and from time to time I will refer to her poetry because I didn't know of her until I was presented with her book, it says the complete poems of Emily Dickinson. So I'll keep it on my bookshelf and make it be frontline with my own. So I'm going to read this last one, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I am enjoying it. All right. So this one says, up life's hill with my little bundle, if I prove it steep, if a discouragement withhold me, if my newest step, older feel than the hope that prompted, spotless be from blame, heart that proposed as heart that accepted, homelessness for home. Guys, I'm not going to take my video any longer, so I'm going to leave you at that. So please like my video, please share it, please leave me a comment. I'll get back to you on any comments that you leave. Please, guys, I'm asking you to subscribe and remember to press the notification bell. The other thing is, if you want me to, if you love poetry like I do and you want me to feature your poem, you can just send me. My details is always below on the video. So you can send me your poems and I'll feature it for you. I'll read your poems and feature it and call you out in my video. So if that's what you like, you can ask me any question you like and I'll be here to answer your questions. Like, for example, someone says to me, how did I get into writing? Well, I get into writing from early days. I just love write. I love to write, and I'm always writing something. So I was at college and the teacher asked us to write a metaphor. So mine was something about the Caribbean, Jamaica to be precise. And years later, when I look back on it, then I said, wow, this could be something. And that's how I started writing. In poetry now, what somebody asks, why did I choose poetry? I chose poetry because even from early age, I was one of them grandmother child who had to go to Sunday school, and we used to recite poems at Sunday school and so on. And I remember when they have school church convention, we used to like have our own little items on the program. We would go up and recite poems. So that's where my love of poetry came. In school, we had this poem, And I love that poem so well, and the poem stays with me. I tell you guys, the poem stays with me even today. And why I like this poem, it's because I see my grandmother as that same lady in the poem. So I'm going to quickly read that poem for you, and it says, there was an old lady who never was wed. Of 21 children had she brought to bed, singing glory to God. She grew them up. Oh my God, I can't remember it. But guys, this poem is so... I'll look for the poems. I'll look for the poem and I'll read it to you in my next video. But this poem is so... it's so good, and it stays with me from school days, from childhood. You know, and it says... it basically says the lady grew up all these children. She didn't have no children. She never was married. Pretty much like Emily Dickinson. Never married, never had children. And she grew up all these orphans, these kids. And she helped them so much in life. The lady couldn't read or anything. And she gave them all her poor means could afford. Everything she could afford, she gave to them. And as they grew up, they flew away, each one to the great USA. And in every sentence she repeated, singing glory to God. And it said, while they were away, while they grew up and flew out to America, sometimes they wrote to her, sometimes they sent her a $5 note, singing glory to God. So then it goes on to say, one day she was sick and she died. They bring out the hearse and put her inside, singing glory to God. That poem is so beautiful, but I'm going to look for it, guys, and I'm going to read it for you on my next video. But remember I said, if you want me to feature your poems, you can send it to me and I'll feature it on my video. Or if you want me to put your poems in one of my book, I'll put your poems in my book with your name on it. So it wouldn't say me, it would say your poem there. It would say your title or whatever it is, and it's by whoever it is. So I'll feature your poems in my video, or if you want me to feature it into my book, into one of my poetry book. Okay, so at this moment I'm going to leave you guys here. I'm going to say blessings and honor, infinite love and light, and may you find peace in whatever you do. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and press the notification bell. Thank you for watching.